Right, welcome back, and let's start with part 3 of the Features Explained video series. Right, so we left off with a couple of horrible settings here, and we're just gonna reset that to defaults. And we explained the colors here, and now we're gonna at some point look into the metadata here as well, but just before that we're gonna take a quick detour and open the filters form. And these settings are also part of your profile, so it will be stored with your profile. So here you can choose, for instance, for if you notice your the dot of your own player doesn't have a name beside it, you can choose to show that name here. So you see green show here on your own that's yourself. And you'll also notice these gray dots here. That's other PCs. That's PCs not in parties, and they are not by default. Their names are turned off as well, so you can choose to show those names as well. So that's really what this form is about, what you show and not to when it comes to entities. And that entities could both be player characters and non-player characters. So then, and you also could choose to hide them completely. Like, for instance, other pieces, you can just take away their dot, and that'll also take away their name. And also regular NPCs. So now you're just left with the doors here, it seems, which is this one. Yeah. So now you're left all alone, and you can also take away yourself. So now if you move around, you'll have no reference as to where you are, other than the center of the map. So that's kind of a spooky setting, I guess. So I always have the player at least, and I guess just keep the default. So let's go back to the settings form and just reset the defaults here, and you get all the the things. Well, all the entities here. So let's take another look at the filters form here. You have the ability to do filters like this on player, your own. Well, that's the character you're playing. Green shoe in my case. And you have monsters, other PCs, regular NPCs, trust NPCs, unknowns is a type that I don't know about, that I haven't interpreted. So you also have a color setting for the unknowns here in the settings form. Right, so and then you have party PCs, party NPCs, alliance PCs, alliance NPCs, and doors. Right, so you also have an option to show entities on other floors maps here. That won't have any difference here in this town, but you have it here if you want to. You also have the ability to make a filter, and that's a textual filter. You can actually say that you're only interested in one NPC, for instance, and his name is Sebol something, and you just begin to write here Seb. So, and then everything else is just washed away. Besides yourself, yourself will always be included in the picture, no matter what your filter is. And you have several ways of writing this filter. You have something called contains, that's just a regular string contains. That's every NPC or PC or whatever containing the following string will show. So for instance, if I do ER, this one, let's do something that's Actually, let's just turn on the PC names as well. Let's see if we can find some sort of to explain my point here. Yeah, let's do point. You have the waypoint. If you do oint, you have home point here and waypoint there. And the reason why, if I just do this, is the reason why only one of them is showing now. It's case sensitive by default. So if you want it to be case insensitive, you just click this one, and then both will show. So here's a capital P. Here's a small p. And to match them both, you just do case insensitive there. Right. And now you can also do the negation checkbox. That is everything that doesn't match this is shown. So you'll see that the points are taken away, home point and what was the other? Waypoint and home point. Both those are taken away when you do the negation. So everything but that is shown. Right, and you also have the possibility to do a wildcard. So something starting with something starting with an unknown character and oint. We'll see. Right, so nothing is starting with that. That's strange. Right, waypoint. So something starting with double A, like so. That should work. Okay, why isn't that working? That's strange. Wildcard. Okay, might be a bug on my bug here. It seems like it. Anyways, I'll look into that. So wildcard it supports question marks and stars, asterisks. Question mark is basically just an unknown character, and a star is one or more unknown characters. Right, so let's see if regular expression is working. Let's do something like starting with one character, an A. That's working, right? So and the thing about regular expressions that I like is you can have several search terms. So if I wanted to show both Seneca here and bear, I could use bear and sen, and you'll see it'll show those two. Right, and as you can also have a negation here to show everything but that, and also be case insensitive and stuff. Right, so that's the filters explained. And I'm actually going to take up the last part of this the features series, and that's this map metadata thing. So that's what I'm gonna explain next part. Okay, thank you.